Hello. I spoke too soon. Last night I spoke too soon. Right. Newlyn, yay! So, apparently, I didn't get my letter. I just had a lovely chat with the girl who runs a shop in town, actually, about the council. She doesn't like them either. Funnily enough. And the thing was, what she came out with was, it's as if they were doing her a favour by letting her have a shop there. Don't think they quite understand, do they? So this is from our friends at Newlyn, obviously. Council tax. They've just put one amount, so I don't know if that's supposed to include their charges or if that's the amount outstanding on the council tax. So I'll just give you a quick once over of this. Client, Huntingdonshire District Council. Client. Council tax is privatised now, apparently. Magistrates LO date. Liability order date. It's funny, I haven't seen a liability order, I don't think. We'll gloss over that. Anyway, that was the day I forgot to go to court. We have tried to contact you previously by letter and telephone. Have they? Because my phone hasn't rung. But have failed. We are therefore making a further attempt before enforcement action commences. Which they said would commence if I didn't answer the last letter, dated the 11th. At this stage, we are able to accept payment in full or enter into a payment arrangement. Please contact our customer services department immediately to avoid further action being taken to recover the outstanding money. Any further action will increase the cash costs payable in accordance with Schedule 12 of the Tribunals, Courts and Enforcement Act 2007. That might be one for you to look up if you want to. Schedule 12 of the Tribunals, Courts and Enforcement Act 2007. And Taking Control of Goods, Fees, Regulations 2014. The additional charges will be a minimum of £235 and £110 depending on the action taken. No signature. Guys, no signature. This means this letter is worthless. Nothing, nada, zilch, zip, zippo. What's on the back? Oh, that's handy. They've listed all the ways I can pay. Telephone 01604. Remember this number? Newlyn Bailiffs 01604 633 001. Six.
Welcome to Newlyn PLC. Please note,
Can we
calls
hear that?
will be recorded. To make a payment using our automated payment line, please press 1. Alternatively, please hold to speak to the next available agent.
Yes, I think I'll hold.
Hello, can you take your reference number, please?
Oh, yes, it's 3303619.
What's your name?
My name is Paul Dakers.
Can you confirm your address?
Yes, it's 41 Burstellers, St Ives, PE 273XX.
Okay, just bear with me a moment, please. Thank you.
Still waiting to ask if I've received my letter or not. Bear with me, guys. I think this could take a while. This is an important document that you should not ignore. I'll get some stuff then. At least they're multilingual. Glad I got a beer out. This could take a while. Do you like my haircut? What's that for? Payment barcode. Maybe they're phoning the police. Cool, I'm glad the phone's charged up.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi, is that David?
Yeah, speaking.
Hello, my name's Luke. Sorry about that. The whole. How can I help? So you called in response to a letter today.
Oh yes, I've received a letter today, yes.
Okay, and what's the balance on that letter?
£777.25.
Okay, fine. And were you calling to make that payment today?
No, well, firstly, I'd quite like to ask if you didn't receive the letter I sent back to you then.
Let's have a look here.
That was sent not last weekend, but the weekend before.
Check the notes for you. Bear me one moment, sir. There's a note here on the 21st of January that there's one document received, which is correspondence has been received by from yourself. Now normally it takes 28 days for correspondence to be dealt with and responded to.
Right, so why are you writing back to me if you haven't actually dealt with the letter yet then?
Well, there's an outstanding sum that needs to be paid as per the outstanding court order.
Yeah, but you just said you haven't read my letter of response and now you're sending me threatening letters.
Well, the outstanding balance remains unpaid.
Well, that's not the point. You've got to read my letter first, haven't you?
All correspondence will get dealt with within 28 days.
Right, but that doesn't help me. The point is you haven't read my letter, have you? You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Is there anything in particular on this letter that you think we need to know?
Yes, I'm banned from contacting the council.
Okay, well, we're not the council.
No, you're not the council, otherwise I wouldn't be able to contact you either.
You're not allowed to contact us.
No, I'm not allowed to contact the council.
Okay.
If I write to them, the letter may be read, but it will be ignored. If I enter any council building, I will be asked to leave. If I phone them up, the call will be terminated. And I've also found out that they've actually spammed my electronic mail so that any emails I send them go straight into their spam box.
Okay, and how does this affect us? Just that you don't think you owe it, or you do know that you owe it, and therefore, but because because of that situation you don't wish to pay the outstanding sum?
Well, I'm not going to send 120 quid a month or whatever it is to electronic banking, not knowing if it's going to get there or not, because they've blocked all my forms of communication, haven't they?
Okay, well, that's not a problem. Now that the balance isn't paid, the council have got that court order which allows us to collect the balance.
Hang on now. The summons is illegal. I've contacted the court 3 times to ask to see a magistrate's signature on that summons, and reply came to none. So until I do see a magistrate's signature attached to that summons, it's an illegal summons, and the council are actually breaking the law.
Okay, and we're more than happy for you to take whatever legal advice and action that you will, but we're going to follow the instructions of our client on this one until.
No, I don't need legal advice, son. Basically, what's happening is the council are issuing their own summons from the council building without even contacting the court. Now, that's a blatant disregard of the law, and that's misconduct in public office. And you, therefore, are acting upon an illegal summons.
Okay. Well, we obviously believe that what we have is correct, and we will enforce what we believe to be correct until we're notified.
Do you want to check that out? Because that could actually get you in an awful lot of trouble if that is not a legal summons, which it's not.
Sure. Well, it's not an issue on our behalf. We feel that everything is correct on our side.
Well, let me put it this way, mate. If you act on that summons, you are actually just conducting threatening behaviour, basically.
Again, if you wish to take legal action against us, you're more than able to. But what we feel we're doing is correct and all as per instructions received from the council and what we believe to be a working and current court order.
Okay, moving on then. I do notice it says that you've tried to phone me.
What's it that we've tried to phone you? Sorry.
The letter you sent me says we have tried. I quote: "We have tried to contact you previously by letter and telephone." But have failed.
Let's have a look here. Okay, I think we've had a telephone number ending in 389. I believe that number's.
No, that would be the wrong one. You see.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Did the council give you that number?
It will either be from the council or for our own trace inquiries.
Right. So the council are possibly therefore passing on my personal details without my permission. Isn't that against data protection or something?
I don't think so. It's in the recovery of a council tax debt.
Yes, but you're acting upon an illegal summons. Do you not understand that?
Well, that's your opinion. We don't think we are.
Okay, well, that's fine. All you have to do then is get that summons and take it to the court or phone the court and ask to see a copy of the magistrate's signature on that summons. That's easy.
We're satisfied that it's correct. If you want to take whatever action because you don't think it's correct, then you're more than welcome to. And should Newlyn be affected, of course, we'll be notified by the client or the courts.
No, I don't have to take any action at all because you're acting illegally and I'm banned from contacting the council. So how am I supposed to pay my council tax in the first place?
That's something you have to raise with them. I'm sorry, I don't know your current situation in great detail, other than that I know that this outstanding balance does need to be paid.
I cannot raise that with the council because they will not answer my correspondence. So how's that going to help?
It doesn't help, but you do know that council tax is owed, and you said earlier that the only reason you hadn't paid it was because you weren't sure that it was going to be allocated to your account. You wouldn't be able to confirm that.
No, so why should I pay it? Would you pay like £120 a month to like an anonymous account? You didn't know where it was going.
Sure, just because I guess you're not in contact, I presume you know what council tax is and what it's for. Usually councils send out sort of a breakdown of what they do every year with your council tax, and you know that it does need to be paid. I don't know why you're banned from contacting them. I don't.
That's because they're trying to cover up a 30-year theft of taxpayers' cash, which has all been done by the government.
But what, sorry?
I'm banned because they're trying to cover up a 30-year theft of taxpayers' cash, which has all been signed off by David Cameron.
Right. Well,
because there's a media blackout on it, you see.
Okay. Well, that's definitely something that unfortunately I can't help you with. But I mean, I can contact them on your behalf if you had any concerns in particular, other than the fact of, I mean, as far as I know, you're just saying that you've not paid it because you're not able to contact the council directly and it's an anonymous account, etc. Now, I can assure you that the money will be put towards the council tax bill. Whether that alleviates any of your concerns or not, I'm not sure. But
no, I don't. If I'm to pay any money, I don't want it put towards the council tax bill. I want it to pay the council tax bill and not Newlyn.
That's what we're saying. Yeah, the money is still owed to Newlyn. The money is still owed to Huntingdonshire District Council. We just collect it on their behalf.
Well, if you like, you can contact them and ask to see the magistrate's signature on the summons then.
We're not interested in that, sir, because we believe that that's already done and all of our forms.
So you're not interested in whether a summons is legal or not?
We believe that it is.
You believe that it is?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously we take contracts.
Do you want to check on that?
Legitimately. Would you make sure that it's all, set up legitimately before we take work from them?
Well, then you won't have a problem producing the magistrate's signature, will you?
Well, we don't need to provide anything. Not us here. We wouldn't even hold the liability order ourselves.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I've had a liability order, by the way, either, actually, now you mention it.
Okay.
I had an illegal summons, but I've never seen a liability order, as far as I'm aware.
Sure. Well, there has been one raised against you.
Can I also see that then as well, please?
We can request that off the council, yeah. So we'll do that on your behalf because we know that you're saying you're unable to contact them. So we'll contact them and ask that gets forwarded to you.
Right, and also the magistrate's signature on the summons as well, please.
That's for you to take up with whoever you feel is necessary.
I can't take it up with them, can I? Because
If you think it's illegal, then
the courts refused to reply to me, and the council have banned me from contacting them. So how can I see that?
there's a reason why that is. If the courts aren't refuse to deal with you, and as do the council, there must be some particular reason for that.
No, the court just never replied to me. That's all.
Then I would suggest you chase it up with them.
Well, I've contacted them 3 times. I mean, how much do I need to do?
It's between you and the court. I don't work for them. I can't speak on their behalf. I'm sorry about that. But I will speak to the Huntingdonshire District Council. I will ask that if they can provide a copy of the liability order, so that we can maybe provide that to you. But in the meantime, the outstanding balance does need to be paid, and we will continue to enforce, regardless of your view as to whether that's legal or not.
Right,
We
so
are more than willing to come to some form of arrangement to try and help you pay it off, though. If you're unable to pay the full balance, it's to stop enforcement action and potential further fees from being incurred. But obviously, you would have to agree to make payment.
So I've told you you're breaking the law, and you're not the slightest bit interested, really, are you?
Well, we don't feel that we are.
Again, seriously, I'd check on that.
Can you provide us with evidence that we are?
Well, I'm trying to, but no one will answer my letters or phone calls or anything. So,
When you have that, by all means send it in. But other than that, we've got reason to believe.
well, I don't have anything because I'm looking for a magistrate's signature that doesn't exist, mate. So, until then, the summons is completely illegal and the debt is null and void, isn't it?
In your view, I mean, look, I can't discuss it in too much detail only because I don't have that information in front of me. All that we are here to do in this call centre is really to discuss and arrange payment of your outstanding council tax debt. People do have queries, and we can contact the council on your behalf. I will do that. I will get a copy of that liability order, or attempt to get that copy of that liability order for you. But as we speak, I would suggest that we agree an arrangement to stop something from happening in the meantime.
No money will be paid until I see the magistrate's signature, mate.
Okay. Well, I'll make a note of our conversation, but an enforcement agent would be allocated to attend when in the area to remove goods to the outstanding sum of the debt. I will contact the council in relation to the copy of the liability order, and we advise a maximum of 7 days for them to get back in touch with us. So my advice is to phone in 7 days and see if we've got a copy of that liability order for you.
Well, you can just send it out to me, can't you?
No, we would ask that you phone in. Again, it depends on what the council say. No one ever normally does ask for the copy of the liability orders. So there isn't necessarily a set process for this. There will be a touch. They might not provide one. They might provide one. I don't know because it's never necessarily been asked for before. Not from me anyway. So because I'm not sure of the process, the best thing to do is I'll keep an eye on the account, and if we get a response, I'll look to give you a call. But other than that, I do suggest you call in 7 days, only because obviously it remains outstanding. Further fees, further charges can be applied if action is taken, further enforcement action is taken against you. So it's in your best interest as well to sort of keep in touch with us.
Right. Are you also aware that both the letters you sent me are unsigned?
Okay. Is that a particular issue?
Well, until the document has a signature, it's not a legally binding document, mate. I mean, I hate to give you a quick education on the law this morning, but that this is.
It's our intention to send you a legally binding document.
Right. Well,
just to inform you of your outstanding council tax debt.
So you don't have to send legally binding documents. You can just demand money with menaces.
I'm not. As I say, I'm not. I don't know if you're maybe trying to say something that I'm not, but all I'm saying is that.
Hello? Hello? Oh. I seem to have gone. I wonder if that was deliberate. Right, I'm hoping this one uploads because we've gone 20 minutes now, I think. God, that can't be right, can it? Well, as you can see there, they're not the slightest bit interested. They believe they're acting correctly. They're not the slightest bit interested to summons as illegal. This is going to be interesting. Cheers, thank you for watching.